Alrighty, folks. Let's switch that back. It's Tanya again, and I am running another test. So this time I'm testing with Restream, and apologies if this is getting on your nerves, but you can keep scrolling because this is not a real live stream. I'm just actually here running a test. I needed to run a test on YouTube and on Facebook specifically because this week I'm actually teaching a class on live stream launchpad. So getting started with live streaming. And one of the things that I am really, really vigorous about doing is testing out different platforms so that I can speak to them in real time. So when I am actually teaching and training other people how to use certain things, I don't believe in a one size fits all formula for anyone. I think that each and every one of us has a different set of circumstances. And so it's important for me, as someone who says that I am a video coach and specifically a live stream coach, that's my specialty. It's important to me to make sure that I am doing due diligence to know what I'm talking about. And part of knowing what I'm talking about means that I am testing. Hey, what's up, Energy? Let's test. Love it, love it, love it. YouTube. Yeah, I'm testing this thing out because I want to see if there's anything I'm missing here. Now, Restream, I usually go live on Ecamm Live, although I schedule through Restream for a couple of different reasons that if you have questions, Energy, or anybody else pops in and has questions, let me know. But I'm testing this because when I teach on Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday, it's a 3-day challenge we're doing. One of the things that I talk about is choosing the right platform for you. Not everybody has a Mac, and not everybody is going to be okay with the learning curve that comes with, because it does, that comes with you doing Ecamm Live. And Ecamm Live is my all-time favorite spot. My number 2 and number 3 are going to be Restream. Yeah, right. My number 2 and my number 3 are going to be Restream, and then Riverside is coming up in the rear on live streaming, and I'll tell you why in a second. But cast ahead, Christone, what's up? Yes, test and delete, and that's what I'm about to do. I'm going to delete this too, but I'm still hanging out with y'all, whoever shows up, because it's fun. I love live streaming. I think I'm going to play with a couple of things here. So one, I just did one thing by kind of switching between screen share. I'm not using my fancy camera. I'm not using my fancy anything right now. I'm doing this as though I am brand new and I am sharing with somebody else who also is brand new to live streaming how easy this can be. So that's the main reason why I'm on here running this test, because I want them to be able to do it. Yeah, what's with Riverside? Okay, so that's the one I haven't seen yet. So let me pop up a couple of things. One, I am going to answer that question. I'm going to answer that question in just a second. And then I'm also going to say, this is the easy one. No, I haven't. But I know a lot of people that are using it. First of all, I want to know how I'm supposed to pronounce it. Evmux, Evmux? Like, what's the proper pronunciation? But I haven't tried it yet. So I guess I need to try that one too, because that could be in the wheelhouse. For people who are in my feed, usually in my community, I have some folks who probably 50-50 are in Windows PC. The other 50% are Mac. So I have to definitely give them options. And I do want to try that out. So that's a good one. Thank you, Chris, as always. Energy, the reason why Riverside. So I like Riverside for a couple of reasons. I don't necessarily love it for live streaming. I like it because it gives you, especially if you're someone who is trying to centralize all the content creation with video and you're still fairly new at this and you don't have a producer, you don't have a big team. I think that Riverside has a lot of capabilities, including the ability to live stream now to multiple channels. It doesn't have a lot of fancy branding and graphics. It's pretty super simple right now. But you also have the capability of doing some light editing of your video after it's been recorded, which is bomb. right? In addition, I use it to actually push it over to Spotify as my audio podcast. And Chris Stone, he is helping me on some things too. EV Mux. I asked Chris how to pronounce it. EV Mux. So that's how you pronounce it. Okay. Thank you. Dan Tana in the house. What's up? What's up? I literally am just on here playing, which, because it's Saturday night and I'm not going out. So I do tend to play and try to experiment with some things. And specifically, I wanted to be able to speak in real time to my students for next week's program because my 3-day challenge is coming up on Livestream Launchpad, and I want to be able to speak to them about platforms. So you know what? After I get off of this, I'm going to test out EV Mux. Yes, this is Restream that we're watching right now. So you see I've got that overlay on, which, by the way, for those of you who don't know, you can use this overlay where you can see all the chat coming through, which can be dangerous. Like back in the day, it was dangerous for me to do that because I had some crazy people that were following and popping up in the comments, and it was not cool. But nowadays, first of all, I know how to manage that a lot better. Secondly, people know not to play because I can block, right? Quickly. My block game is strong. But that's not any of you because, I know you people. I know you. You all are like family. Okay, so this is Restream. Let me do a couple of really quick things in here just to test so that I can show them how to do it. I know you laughing, right? Let me see. First of all, I do like having the overlay up because that's kind of cool that you can have the scroll going and you can see people like chiming in and adding their comments. For now, I can only see YouTube. I cannot yet see Facebook comments. So I don't know if anybody's watching on Facebook or not, but if they are, their comments are not pulling in here. So that is interesting. So EV Mux is cool because you can set up, really? Okay, so question, is EV Mux also good for Windows PC users? Because if so, that could be my secondary. That could be my go-to for them. And I'll share that with the folks who have the PCs in my group. That would be awesome. I'm going to go test it. I might have to drag you in there. Okay, let's test some other stuff real quick here. I'm testing. Hey, this is why I love Chris Stone. First of all, because he's just the jam. James Hicks, too. What? Hicks in the house. Y'all just coming to play with me? This is awesome. And there's Chris's Facebook comment. Okay, so Facebook comments are coming up. So Facebook and YouTube. And those are the two primarily that I wanted to test because the folks that are in my community, in my group, are actually going to be in that space. So let me do this. I'm going to try screen share real fast here. I'm going to try this EV Mux a little bit later tonight, but let's just run through all the things real quick here. Okay, so we can show the overlay at the same time as we're doing the screen share. So that's good to know. Okay, cool. Energy, if you do have any other questions on Riverside, let me know because I think that they're adding new features. I don't think it's fantastic or fabulous for live streaming yet, but I do think that the options that you have to be able to do editing and to move things that was cool. I just clicked and dragged. The options that you have to be able to publish over into your podcast platform and to be able to edit it like you do in Descript by using text. You can remove text. You can add, and edit audio. You can do short clips inside of Riverside now. There's all kinds of things. So AI show notes. They've added a lot of really cool features, and that's one of the reasons why I do use Riverside. But primarily because here in the very near future, and a couple of y'all know, I'm getting ready to be reaching out to you, Hicks, Chris Stone. I am going to be doing my guest interviews again. So, what I'm going to do, I have a cadence that I'm getting ready to start with that. I'm also going to be hosting guest panels. And what I do think, yeah, you use more Descript instead of Riverside. Let me see how this, let's see if we can do this. Hey, I got a lot of windows open now. Use more Descript instead of Riverside. Yep. A Descript is the bomb. And Chris Stone also is a big old Descript fan. So I know he's over there like clapping and probably like, boop, boop, blowing a horn and all kinds of stuff. I bet Kirk does because Kirk has videos demonstrating every platform under the sun and every piece of gear. That's my brother. I love him so much. He does. He has it all, doesn't he? Um, I think that it's good to have an arsenal full of platforms that you know about if you're in my shoes because I'm teaching people. And so one of the things, let me tell y'all really quickly what happened at Podfest because it was interesting. And I'm not calling her out, but I kind of am. One of the things that happened was I was being asked by someone in the foyer. She was asking me about, and I'm trying to, let me see, how am I doing this? Why is it not giving me the ability to be able to put myself up here? I don't know. Anyway, I was asked by someone in the foyer, hey, what do you think is the best platform? And I didn't give an instant answer. And it's because of what I said earlier, that I don't believe in cookie cutter answers for anything. This is why I know I'm a good coach, because everybody has a different set of filters, experiences, things going on, gear, budget, you name it. And so you really need to customize when you're talking to someone and they ask a question like that. You need to be able to give them an answer based on their situation and circumstances. So as I was asking her different questions, this other woman butts in and says, well, I'm a tech, whatever she said she was, some type of tech person who gives advice about all kinds of tech. And I think you should use Ecamm. And I said, that's interesting you say that because I'm an avid user of Ecamm, but based on some of the questions that I just asked this young lady and what she answered, I'm not so sure that that's the right one for her. Oh, well, yeah, I think it's great. I think it should be. And I said, well, I mean, that's you. And I've been doing this for a minute. Like I've been doing this for some years and teaching it. So, she can listen to you or she can listen to me because this is like where I play. It's really her decision. But ultimately, look, I turned to the young lady and I said, I want to do what's right for you. So if you do have questions for me, feel free to reach out, DM, whatever, and we can talk a little bit further about your situation so I can give you the best advice. But it really kind of, I don't want to say it annoyed me, but it did. Because we need to be careful that when people are asking us, each and every one of you who I see on here, yes, let me put this up here. Each and every one of you are experts in your field, but that doesn't mean that the person that you're talking to is an expert. That's why they're asking you, right? Exactly. So you can't just tell people a blanket answer. And I know that used to be the jam. Thank you, Yvette C. Lee. I saw you earlier tonight. Dude, I'm telling you, which it didn't hurt me none, but it was hurting the woman who was asking the question because then she's kind of looking back and forth between the two of us. And I'm thinking, I'm not even arguing. I'm not debating with you. What I'm saying to you, ma'am, is that it's important for us to give people answers that really fit their situation. It's not about me just spouting off an answer because it's part of a formula. I've got plenty of frameworks, formulas, you name it, systems. I got all that. But all of that doesn't apply to every single person and to their situation. So when you're being a good service provider, the key word at the core is serve, right? You're not serving yourself. You're serving the person who is asking you for the advice. You're serving them in a way that you're consulting with them. And if you're a coach, you're asking good questions to pull information out of them so that you can help them to come to the best decision. And so I just, yeah, it was just an interesting little experience there. It was. Let me see. Okay, let me button my. I know, Chris. Look, I probably need to. I should have put on earrings and makeup. I should have done all that. And I didn't do it because Hicks is in the house. What? So glad you clarified that. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, we can't just give everybody the same answer because everything doesn't fit everybody. Yeah, actually, Chris, see, it's not bad, is it? I kind of like it. Now, the only thing I'm wondering about, it might be a little busy, but I think now you can actually change the fonts, which is kind of cool. Let me see. You can change the fonts. You can definitely, of course, change the colors, but I like how big the letters are because I have mature eyes. So I don't know if you're like me, but I like that I get to blow the words up a little bit so I can see what you all are saying and not be like this. Hey, what'd she say? Oh, that's hilarious. Okay, let me see what else I got. There's music in here, which I probably would never use. I've tried it. It's more kind of like it's not Yvette C. Lee quality music. Yvette, you in the house. It's definitely not your quality of music. It's more like a keyboard cookie cutter music that's up in there. Let me see. I'm trying to get back to chat, and I'm finding that I'm having. There we go. It's right there at the bottom, even if it's in big letters. Um, yeah, I really am just testing, y'all. I was testing because I wanted to make sure I knew. Don't be laughing. I do have mature eyes. I wanted to test to see what features I've been missing out on, what I need to share with my folks who are coming into the live stream Launchpad challenge that's coming up because I want to make sure that they are comfortable. And I need to be comfortable enough with it to be able to share different features and to tell them, here's what I think. Try this, like depending on what their goals, their objectives, not mine, but depending on what they want to try to achieve, I want to give them a full scope of what Restream can do and some of the other tools as well. So I tested a little bit ago, Streamlabs Talk Studio. I don't know, it's just not for me. I know some people are using it still. I used it very early on. I was an early adopter. Not my favorite when it comes to quality and resolution. It just does not show up. It doesn't shine. It's very inconsistent and glitchy. And I'm on the same exact system as I am on my Thursday live streams when I'm using Ecamm and all the other stuff. So, yeah, try it, Yvette. But if it doesn't work out well, it won't be a surprise to me. Like, reach out to me because you're a former student. You're a former stream boss. Reach out to me and let's see if we can find because I'm going to be trying EV Mux, which Chris Stone in here has recommended as something to test out. Let's see, emojis aren't showing up on your chat view, just an FYI. Thank you. Okay, that's good to know. Oh. So try to if you can put like a fire emoji in there, I want to see. Try to put a fire emoji and I'm going to see if it's going to show up or not. It sounds like it's not showing up because you're probably putting them in there and I'm not seeing them. We need excellence and shine. Yes, we do. We do. We want to look good, but we also want to deliver great content. We want to show up in a way that other people are going to not be impressed, not worry about us being viral, but it's making a positive impact. And so when you don't show up with excellence, when you show up not at your best, when you show up just kind of halfway doing stuff, what can happen is it's taking away from the message that you're trying to share. And that's a problem because that lack of excellence and quality ends up becoming a distraction. Okay, I'm seeing some emojis. There's some. Yay. And there's, let's see, the fire emoji came up. Hey. Okay, so they're showing up. Now, let me tell you something else that I love about. I do like this, and I do know this about Restream. Restream will give you the ability to do QR codes, which is bomb, and you can do them on the fly. Let's see, fire emoji. Oh, so it's not showing for you all. Okay. So that's weird. I can see them on my end, but they're not showing up where you are. Okay. I'll have to go back and watch the replay and kind of look at the timing, the time zone. You did put smiling faces because I can see them. Yeah, I see them though. I'm looking at them right now. Smiling faces on the pink banner. Let me try something. I'm going to try changing the design or changing the style of the font. Maybe that will fix it. It might be a font issue. So let's go to default and let's see if that. Yeah, on the screen that you're seeing, no emojis. I get it. Yep. That is odd. I wonder why not. Okay. Yep. You see them now? Okay. So here's what it is. This is what I changed. And this is good to know. This is something that's good to know so I can share with them. So what I just did, I did a fix, and the fix was to change the font. So apparently, and it might be like one of those Google font issues where there's certain fonts that will only show up in certain browsers. So I was using this funky font called Chantel or something like that. I don't know, just because it was there. I turned that off and went to default, and now I think you can see them. So can you see the fire emoji right there? Is that popping up? Yeah. It looks like they're okay. You see them now. Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. So we got to be careful. We're choosing fonts that are global and universal, right? Okay, cool. Good to know. This is what I was going to show you all too, and I will test this out just so I can make sure I just show it with them. Let's say that you're in the process of talking to somebody about, I don't know, your program. So I've got Livestream Launchpad coming up. So I'm going to do this. I'm going to type in, let's do it this way. I'm going to try to type it in real quick while I'm here. And you can do it on the fly instead of having this done ahead of time, which is something that I think is a really cool thing. I'm going to put in Livestream Launchpad. And I'm going to say now through, what's tomorrow? 1/26/25 at noon CT. And I'm going to add an image. And let's see, the image is going to be, I'll pull the image from my Livestream Launchpad class, I think. I think I'll do that. Let me try that. And what I'm doing is I'm going to, in real time, add a QR code, which I think should also add a link here inside of Restream. I don't know that for a fact anymore because I haven't done this for a minute, but we're going to test it and we will see. Okay, here it comes. So let's do this. Livestream Launchpad. I'm going to get rid of, let me move the chat out of the way. Oh, no, Chris just confirmed too. The emojis are not showing on the feed on the right side of the live feed, that scene. I got you. Okay. When you share the person chat, I got you. So it's the overlay where it's not showing. That makes sense. Okay. I'm going to try popping up this QR code and see if I get it right. So I'm not telling them wrong. Okay, there. So this is a cool feature that I think Restream has done very well with. So they have made it simple for us to be able to do, to showcase QR codes. Why is this important? Because if you're selling, which by the way, live stream selling is a thing, it's like an important thing too. And it's going to get bigger and bigger. Look, think about it. Right now, people are over on TikTok, at least temporarily, or knows how long that will last. But TikTok selling, Amazon Live selling. Some of the other brands, including Instagram, there are going to be ways that you'll actually be able to use live video to promote and recommend and sell different products and other things. And so having the capability of being able to quickly type in, hey, this is something that I was thinking of, or to connect your Restream account to your Amazon Live store or your Amazon store, because I've got that too. That is golden because that gives people the ability to quickly be able to scan and see what you're popping up. There are also different options for you to be able to do these QR codes. So I've got this one here, but then I can also add another version of a QR code. I know, right? Lean in on the QR code, Chris, right? Look at the top right. Now, one thing I just noticed is that my cam is on 720 pixels. I don't know why I didn't turn this to 1080, but oh well, whatever. So it's looking a little less. The resolution is not great, but that's fine because we're just playing, we're testing. I got some folks that are here in the house, so just say hi if you're here. I'm just hanging out. We're just hanging out right now and testing this thing. But look, this QR code is bomb because you have a couple of different ways that you can showcase it. So you can show it at the upper right corner. I don't think I can click and drag this, but I do think I have the ability to be able to move it from left to right. Yep, there we go. Hey, so you can move it depending on what else you have going on in the scene. I do like that option too. That's pretty cool. Let's see. So that's one thing. Let me check. You can replace it, you can hide it. You can do a bunch of different things with this. So I do love this capability. Now, my live sales button, there's another option for you to be able to actually showcase. So if I were talking about gear, and a while ago when I did my very first video where I was reviewing my studio and telling people how the origin of my studio and how I set it up, I actually did a couple of things. So I'm going to give y'all this secret. Okay, this is secret sauce. What I did was I recorded first. I know, isn't that so fun? I recorded first the video at home showing different parts of the studio. Then I popped into Restream specifically. I use this tool for a reason. I popped into Restream and I got on live at the time that I said I was going to be on live. And I said, hey guys, I'm going to show you a walkthrough of my studio. And so I shared the video while I'm kind of off in the corner on an image, looking at people's comments and kind of making reactions to my own video. But I'm showcasing the video while I'm over in a little bit of an overlay video. And as people were going through the video, they were asking questions about the different pieces of gear that I purchased. And so as they were asking the questions, I was popping up QR codes to my Amazon store to those devices. Hey, right? So when I say QR codes work, because I was making sales, not only was I educating people, but I was also making sales because people were paying attention to what I purchased and seeing if it fit their needs. And then they were able to quickly scan the QR code and go directly to the Amazon Live shop where I am able to earn commissions when people purchase from my shop. So when you're starting to think about live streaming, when I talk about strategy, that's what I mean. I mean that you're thinking about it in terms of how can I use this to not only help people, but also to support my family, to support my business growth, to do all the things, right? And that's thinking ahead. That's not, let me just jump on camera and start talking. That is, I've thought about how I want this to run and what kind of impact I want to make and what outcome I want to get from doing this content. So that's what my hope is that as you spend time with me in the different venues, wherever you are, LinkedIn, Facebook, YouTube, I'm hoping that rubs off on you. And I think I'm seeing that because I'm starting to get a lot of comments from different people that are sending notes and saying, hey, I've been watching you for, a couple of years now, and I'm finally going live. Or, hey, from that course that you and I, that I was in the other day with you, here's what my accomplishment was. And I am going to do better about telling the story because I need to make sure that people understand it's not just about taking another course, being in another workshop. It's about having a sense that you are supported in trying to do this thing. That's really what my hope is for you. But anyway, okay. So I think I'm about to wrap this thing up. There's one other thing I'm noticing over here, and it's called notes, and it says start typing notes for the scene. I don't know what that's for, but maybe if you need to remind yourself of, like, what I used to do is have sticky notes. And now what I have is a little outline that I use in something called Workflowy. But apparently built into Restream now in the sidebar, there's a notes tab that allows you to make notes so that if there's something specific you need to remember or recall as you're doing your stream, you have those notes to refer to quickly. So that's kind of cool. Let me see. Does anybody have other questions about anything at all? I don't think I have new comments or questions. Chris, I'm gonna have to go over there and see what's up with EV Mux and see how that works because I have not played with that one yet. But I learned a few things, and I just want to thank you for spending time with me testing to try to see, what's in and what's out and what we like and what we don't like. Look, I did do this. I created a scroll. Hey, a ticker. So there's a ticker that you can put in here. I think you can also, let's see if we can do it. You can also pop up banners like that. So you can do a lot of fun things here in Restream. I actually like the way this is turning out. This is not too bad at all. This is kind of fun. Okay. So definitely one that I'm going to be sharing with the folks that are joining us on Monday. This will be one, Ecamm Live. I'm going to test out EV Mux and see how that goes. If any of you have other recommendations for me to try out, let me know. If I do test this out this afternoon or this evening, I won't be on as long as I was this time. I just was long-winded because I had you all here, and I thought it would be fun to hang out for a little bit. And thank you for giving me some, having a little chat with me, making it fun. All righty, folks. That's all I got. I hope that you have an amazing rest of the weekend, and I will be back on live actually on next week a couple of times because on the 29th, I'm going to be with Riverside. We're partnering up for the youth in New York City at a media school. We're helping everybody who comes and donates anything for this stream. Actually, I think it's for everyone who watches the stream. There is $1 that Riverside FM will donate towards this school for youth in New York City to be able to really go all in on media. This is what they're trying to learn is media. So I'm super excited and happy about that. And that's going to be on the 29th. I wish I had all the information with me. If you're in any of my socials right now, you'll be able to see it because we've been promoting it heavily. All right, Carlos Tacos, you know what? You showed up right here, right when I'm about to get off, but you know what I got to do? I got to pop you up because that's what I do. Carlos Tacos in the house, y'all. Whenever Carlos is here, look, Carlos has been getting free pub for the longest. And I don't mind one bit because I love your support, Carlos Tacos. And thank you so much for showing up and for just kind of being there and being fun. It's been a long time. I didn't get to broadcast or show you off the other day. So now I get to have you up on screen. Go follow Carlos Tacos on YouTube, y'all. I did it. You're welcome. All righty, folks. Well, it was really great to talk with you. Thank you again for hanging out. And yeah, that's it. We were just testing. So it was a good test because of you, and I appreciate that. But I will see you on next week. So Wednesday, I think the 29th is when we're doing the live stream with Riverside. And then good to see you too, ma'am. And then on Thursday, we'll be back here on our stream. We're talking about tech. So I'm talking about simple tech to set up for your live stream. So come and hang out with me then too. Okay, y'all? All right. I've got to figure out where I'm supposed to end this because there it is, end stream. I'm going to end the stream, but I hope you have an amazing rest of the weekend. Okay.